Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, today we are gonna continue our discussion concerning lengthening or elongation. We said that elongation is divided into main kinds: natural elongation and secondary elongation. Secondary elongation is subdivided into three kinds. First of all, elongation due to that used to Hamzah, then elongation that used to sukun. Okay? So today let's start with elongation that used to Hamzah, which is also subdivided into four main kinds: exchange elongation, maddul badal, then required attached elongation, al-maddul muttasil because Hamzah is at the same word, separate allowed elongation, mad al-munfasil because the Hamzah is at the second word or at the beginning of the second word, greater connecting elongation, mad as-sila al-kubra. Let's start with exchange elongation, maddul badal. This happens when the lengthening letter is preceded by Hamzah, but it isn't followed by Hamzah, and in this case we lengthen or prolong it by 2 or 4 or 6 counts. For example, look at this ayah: قالوا أوذينا من قبل أن تأتينا ومن بعد ما جئتنا. If you look at the word in red, أوذينا, you will find the elongation or the lengthening letter, which is waw, is preceded by Hamzah. So it is permissible to lengthen or prolong it by 2 harakas or 4 or 6. Okay, the second kind is called required attached elongation, al-madd al-muttasil, and it is required because it is compulsory, mandatory, obligatory, and attached because Hamzah happens at the same word of the letter of the word that has elongation letter. So the elongation letter is followed by Hamzah in the same word. Okay, we can lengthen or prolong it by 2 or 4 or 5 counts. For example, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء. If you look at the word يشاء, you will find alif, which is an elongation letter, followed by Hamzah. So here it is called required attached elongation. Okay. Then we have separate allowed elongation. Separate because Hamzah is in the next word. Allowed because it is optional. We can prolong the letter for 2 or 4 or 5 harakas or counts. So this happens when the elongation or lengthening letter is followed by Hamzah in the following word, not in the same word. Also, we can prolong or lengthen it for 2 or 4 or 5 harakas. For example, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. If you look at the word الذي, which ends with ya, is a lengthening letter followed by Hamzah in the word أطعمهم, so we can prolong it 2 or 4 or 5 harakas. Okay. Yes, the last is called greater connecting elongation or lengthening, mad as-sila al-kubra. Let us have what is mad as-sila al-kubra. If we have the pronoun or the Arabic pronoun ha that at the end of a word or a noun in particular has a vowel. Okay, has a vowel of dhamma or kasra, so it should be voweled with dhamma or kasra only, and it is between 2 vowel letter. Just to say, the letter before it is or has a vowel, and the letter after it also should have a vowel, so it happens between 2 vowel letters, and the first letter of the next word should be Hamzah or alif. This is called greater connecting elongation. So the letter has dhamma vowel or a kasra vowel, and ha should have dhamma or kasra only vowel, and preceded by a vowel letter and followed by a vowel letter, and the next word should start with Hamzah. This is called greater connecting elongation. We can prolong or lengthen it 2 or 4 or 5 counts. It is explained on the example. we'll make it clear here. أيحسب أن لن أعوذ بالله. Sorry. أيحسب أن لم يره أحد. Look at the letter ها, which refer to the third person male. Refer to the third person male. For example, his money, his friend, his, and so on. You will find يره is voweled with dhamma, and it can be voweled with dhamma or kasra, and the letter before it, which is R, is voweled with fatha, and the next letter, the next letter, or the following letter, which is Hamzah, lam yarahu ahad, it is also voweled with fatha. So it happens between two vowel letters, and the letter after it is Hamzah. This is we call greater connecting elongation or lengthening mad الصلة الكبرى. It could be, or we can prolong it 2 or 4 or 5 harakas or counts. I think that everything here is clear. Yes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.